Okay, are we ready for a story today?
Yeah.
Are you ready? What's this one?
Green eggs and ham.
Do you like green eggs and ham?
Yeah.
You ever eaten green eggs and ham?
Ooh. I like reading them.
Yeah. Okay, well, here we go. I am Sam.
Sam.
I am Sam. Sam I am. That's Sam I am. That's Sam I am. I do not like that Sam I am. Do you like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. Would you like them here or there? I would not like them here or there. I would not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I don't like them, Sam I am. Would you like them in a house? Would you like them with a mouse? Oh, I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I don't like them, Sam I am. Would you eat them in a box? Would you eat them with a fox? Not in a box, not with a fox, not in a house, not with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Would you? Could you in a car? Well, eat them, here they are. Well, I would not, could not in a car. Well, you may like them, you will see, you may like them up a tree. I would not, could not in a tree, not in a car, you let me be. I do not like them in a box, I do not like them with a fox, I do not like them in a house, I do not like them with a mouse, I do not like them here or there, I do not like them anywhere, I do not like green eggs and ham, I do not like them, Sam I am. A train, a train, a train. Could you, would you, on a train? Not on a train, not in a tree, not in a car. Sam, you let me be. I would not, could not in a box. I will not with a fox. I will not eat them with a mouse. I will not eat them in a house. I will not eat them here or there. I will not eat them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Say, here in the dark. Would you, could you in the dark? Oh, I would not, could not in the dark. Would you, could you, in the rain? Oh, I would not, could not in the rain, not in the dark, not in a train, not in a car, not in a tree. I do not like them, Sam, you see. Not in a house, not in a box, not with a mouse, not with a fox. I will not eat them here or there. I will not eat them anywhere. You do not like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam, I am. Could you, would you, with a goat? Oh, I would not, could not with a goat. You. Would you, could you, on a boat? I could not, would not, on a boat. I will not with a goat. I will not eat them in the rain. I will not eat them on a train, not in the dark, not in a tree, not in a car. You let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. You do not like them, so you say. But try them, then you may, I say. Sam, if you will let me be, I will try them. You will see. There he goes.
Yum,
Yum, yum. Say, I like green eggs and ham. I do, I like them, Sam I am, and I would eat them in a boat, and I will eat them with a goat, and I will eat them in the rain and in the dark and on a train and in a car and up a tree. They are so good, so good, you see. So I will eat them in a box, and I will eat them with a fox, and I will eat them in a house, and I will eat them with a mouse, and I will eat them here and there, and I will eat them anywhere. I do so like green eggs and ham. Thank you, Sam I am. That's green eggs and ham. Did you like that?
Yeah!
That was kind of fun. How many of you know the boa constrictor song? Know that? You want to help me with it? I'm being swallowed by a boa constrictor. I'm being swallowed by a boa constrictor. I'm being swallowed by a boa constrictor, and I don't like it very much. Okay, now repeat after me. Oh no.
Oh no.
He swallowed my toe.
He swallowed my toe.
Oh gee.
Oh gee.
He's up to my knee.
He's up to my knee.
Oh fiddle.
Oh fiddle.
He's reaching my middle.
He's reaching my middle.
Oh heck.
Oh heck.
He's up to my neck.
He's up to my neck.
Oh weird.
Oh weird.
He swallowed my beard. Oh dread.
Oh dread.
He swallowed my... sighed Maisie, a lazy bird, hatching her egg. I'm tired and bored and I've kinks in my leg. From just sitting here day after day, it's work. How I hate it, I'd much rather play. I'd take a vacation, fly off for a rest. If I could find someone to stay in my nest. If I could find someone, I'd fly away free. Then Horton the elephant passed by her tree. Hello, called the Maisie bird, smiling her best. You've nothing to do and I do need a rest. Would you care to stay in the egg in my nest? Well, the elephant laughed. Why, of all silly things, I haven't feathers and I haven't wings. Me on your egg, ma'am? It doesn't make sense. Your egg is so small and I'm so immense. Well, tut-tut, answered Maisie. I know you're not small, but I'm sure you can do it no trouble at all. Well, you see, you just sit on it softly. You're gentle and kind. Come on, be a good fellow. I know you won't mind. I can't, said the elephant. Please.
Okay, stop now.
Begged the bird. I won't be gone long, sir. I give you my word. Well, I'll hurry right back. I won't even be missed. Very well, said the elephant. Since you insist, you want a vacation, well, go fly off and take it. I'll stay on your egg and I'll try not to break it. I'll stay and be faithful, I mean what I say. Toodaloo, sang out Maisie, and she fluttered away. Yeah, toodaloo. The first thing to do, murmured Horton. Now, let's see, the first thing to do is to prop up this tree. That has to be done before I get on. I must weigh a ton. Then carefully, tenderly, gently he crept up the trunk to the nest where the little egg slept. Then Horton the elephant smiled. No, that's that. And he sat and he sat and he sat and he sat. And he sat all that day and he kept the egg warm. And he sat all that night through a terrible storm. Oh, it poured and it lightened, it thundered, it rumbled. This isn't much fun, the poor elephant grumbled. I wish he'd come back 'cause I'm cold and I'm wet. I hope that Maisie bird doesn't forget. But Maisie by this time was far beyond reach, enjoying the sunshine way down in Palm Beach. And you know something? She was having such fun, such a wonderful rest, she decided she'd never go back to the egg in her nest. So poor Horton sat there day after day, and soon it was autumn, all the leaves blew away. And then came the winter, the snow and the sleet, and icicles hung from his trunk and his feet. But poor Horton sat there and said, Poor Horton sat there and said, Achoo! Sneeze. I'll stay on this egg and I won't let it freeze. Now, can you help me with this next part?
Yeah.
I meant what I said and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful 100%. That's good. So poor Horton sat there the whole winter through, and then came the springtime with troubles anew. Well, his friends gathered round and they shouted with glee, Hey, look, Horton the elephant's up in a tree. Well, they taunted and teased him and yelled, How absurd! Oh, Horton the elephant thinks he's a bird. Did they really? Did he really think he was a bird? No. Well, they laughed and then they all ran away. And Horton was lonely. He wanted to play. But he stayed on that egg and continued to say, I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful 100. What was that again? 100.
100%.
Oh, you can do better than that.
100%.
Yeah, that's a ticket. There. No matter what happens, his egg must be tended. Oh, but poor Horton's troubles were far, far from ended. For while Horton sat there so faithful and kind, 3 hunters came sneaking up softly behind. Well, he heard the men's footsteps and he turned with a start. 3 rifles were aiming right straight at his heart. Did he run?
No.
He did not. Horton stayed on that nest. He held his head high and he threw out his chest and he looked at those hunters as much as to say, Shoot if you must, but I won't run away. I meant what I said and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful 100.
100%.
Yeah! But the men didn't shoot, much to Horton's surprise, but they dropped their 3 guns and they stared with wide eyes. "Look," they all shouted, "can such a thing be? An elephant sitting on top of a tree? Well, it's strange, amazing, it's wonderful, new. Don't shoot him. We'll catch him. That's just what we'll do. We'll take him alive. Why, he's terribly funny. We'll sell him back home to a circus for money." Well, the first thing he knew, they built a big wagon with ropes in the front for the pullers to drag on. Well, they dug up his tree and they put it inside, with Horton so sad that he practically cried. "We're off," the men shouted, and off they all went, with Horton unhappy. 100%! Yes! Well, up out of the jungle, up into the sky, up over the mountains 10,000 feet high, and then down the mountain and into the sea went the cart and the elephant, the egg, nest, and tree. Then out of the wagon and onto a ship out over the ocean, and oh, what a trip. Rolling and tossing and splashed with the spray, and Horton said day after day after day, "I meant what I said, and I said what I meant, but oh, am I seasick 100%. Well, after bobbing around for 2 weeks like a cork, they landed at last in the town of New York. All ashore, the men shouted, and down with a lurch went Horton the elephant, still on his perch, tied onto a board that can just scarcely hold him, and then bump. Horton landed. And then the men sold him. Well, he was sold to a circus, and week after week they showed him to people at 10 cents a peek. They took him to Boston, to Kalamazoo, Chicago, Weehawken, and Washington too, to Dayton, Ohio, St. Paul, Minnesota, to Wichita, Kansas, and Drake, North Dakota. And everywhere thousands of folks flocked to see and laugh at the elephant up in a tree. Well, poor Horton grew sadder the farther he went, but he said as he sat in that hot, noisy tent, "I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful 100%. Yeah! Then one day, the circus show happened to reach a town way down south, not so far from Palm Beach. And dawdling along way up high in the sky, who of all people should chance to fly by but that old good-for-nothing bird? You remember Runaway Maisie? Well, you know something? She's still on vacation, and still just as lazy. And spying the flags and the tents just below, she sang out, "Oh, what fun! Why, I'll go to the show!" Well, she swooped from the clouds through an open tent door. "Good gracious," gasped Maisie, "I've seen you before." Well, poor Horton looked up with his face white as chalk. He started to speak, but before he could talk, there rang out the noisiest, ear-splitting squeaks from the egg that he'd sat on for 51 weeks. A thumping, a bumping, a wild, alive scratching. "My egg!" shouted Horton. "My egg! Why, it's hatching!" "But it's mine!" screamed the bird when she heard the egg crack. The work was all done. Now she wanted it back. Is that fair? No way. "It's my egg," she sputtered. "You stole it from me. Get out of my nest and out of my tree." Well, poor Horton backed down with a sad, heavy heart. But at that very instant, the egg burst apart, and out of the pieces of red and white shell, from the egg that he'd sat on for so long and so well, Horton the elephant heard something whiz. It had ears and a tail and a trunk just like his. And the people came shouting, "What's all this about?" And they looked and they stared with their eyes popping out. Then they cheered and they cheered and they cheered more and more. They'd never seen anything like this before. "My goodness, my gracious," they shouted, "my word, it's something brand new. It's an elephant bird." And it should be. It should be. It should be like that. Because Horton was faithful. He sat and he sat. He meant what he said and he said what he meant. And they sent him home happy 100%. And that's Horton Hatches the Egg. Did you like that?
Yeah.
That was kind of fun, wasn't it?